Drivers, start your engines!
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. Donning a special Kyle Busch tribute helmet en route to his 15th career pole is inaugural winner Ryan Inside Blaney. And on his outside, it's the pole sitter of that race, Young Money Kyle Larson, hoping to snap back into race-winning form after a frustrating July. Row 2, sliced bread himself, Joey Logano has scored the most points on short tracks than anybody else so far this year. And good news for Brad, the big Keselowski, he ties his best start of the season. Bad news, last year's third place finisher wrecked right at the start of his second time lap and will fall to the rear as a result. The top two qualifying Toyotas take control of row 3 with Daytona 500 champion Tyler Chronicles of Reddick and Turbo Ty Gibbs was finished in the top 4 in his last 3 short track starts. In row 4, the ace Austin Dillon was 10th last year, and zooming Connor Zillage picks up his first top 10 start on an oval track. Another Trackhouse driver and the Melonhead boss Ross Chastain will start in row 5, making this the first race since New Hampshire last year that 2 of their cars qualified inside the top 10. Rounding it out is that Jones boy, Eric Jones, fastest in practice. Row 6 belongs to marvelous Michael McDowell, 20th in points, and 4 spots ahead of him in 16th is Austin Cindric the Entertainer, the third Penske Ford in the top 12. Row 7, Josh Wildberry was very swirly in qualifying, but he managed to straighten out the second fabulous Forensic Ford to start a respectable 13th. Insane Zane Smith also tripped up in the same spot, but kept his car under control as well. The 8th row is where you'll find Nacho Noah Gregson in his front row arc, and Ricky is in the Sandhouse Jr., 5th 2 years ago. Row 9, the Todd Father in-season challenge champion Todd Gillen's team had to rely on another semi to transport their trailer here, and Carson Hurricane Hocevar finished 8th last year. Speaking of last year, it's the top 2 finishers from that race in row 10, the winner William Red Byron, who looks to repeat, and new high-limit sprint car team owner Georgian Chase Briscoe. Back to row 11, it's John the Bounty Hunter Nemechek, whose team has a new strategic ownership group, and the Panhandle prospect Christopher Bell doubled his runner-up total for this season all throughout last month. A couple of best friends are in row 12 with the Street Slayer Shane Van Gisbergen 5th at North Wilkesboro 3 weeks ago, and where there's Austin Hill, there's a way to make the 33 car triumph over the Red Bulldozer. Row 13 consists of dangerous AJ Allmendinger in the Campers Inn RV colors, and Hubba Bubba Wallace 6th last year and 14th in points. In row 14, the Prosper Punisher Chris Buescher sits 9th in the standings, and Riley Terrible Herbst has the Big 12 logo on the hood of the Monster Machine. To row 15, Denny Hammer and Hamlin had brake issues in practice, which led to a less than satisfactory qualifying run, and Alex the Greatest Bowman finished 8th and 7th in both his starts here. Row 16, my, it's Ty Dillon in the second Colic Chevy, and brake problems also plagued the Napa Maniac Chase Elliott 3rd 2 years ago, who backed it in the wall during practice. In row 17, Coca-Cola 600 winner Dandy Daniel Suarez picks up his worst starting spot of the season, and you better beware, it's Cody Ware starting alongside. And in row 18, Priest Lightning Clash winner Ryan Priest was 5th last year and hopes to move back inside the chase bubble despite a poor showing in qualifying, and Stone Cold Custer for Haas Factory team lines up as the last car on the grid. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Iowa Corn 350 at the Iowa Speedway.